Most love stories are about people who fall in love with each other. But what about the rest of us? What about our stories? Those of us who fall in love alone. We are the victims of the one-sided affair. We are the cursed of the loved ones. We are the unloved ones, the walking wounded, the handicapped without the advantage of a great parking space. Yes, you are looking at one such individual, and I have willingly loved that man for over 3 miserable years.
You know, Iris, when you catch your guy with another woman, you're not supposed to stay friends with him. You're supposed to never talk to the prick again. You're supposed to throw things at him, scream, call him names, not do his blooming laundry.
You know what I've been asking myself all night?
What? Why I'm bothering you with all these questions?
I'm wondering why a beautiful girl like you would go to a stranger's house for her Christmas vacation, and on top of that spend Saturday night with an old cocker like me.
Well, I just wanted to get away from the people I see all the time. Well, not all the people. One person. I wanted to get away from one guy. An ex-boyfriend who just got engaged and forgot to tell me. Sorry.
So he's a schmuck.
As a matter of fact, he is a huge schmuck. How did you know?
He lets you go. This is not a hard one to figure out. Iris, in the movies we have leading ladies and we have the best friend. You, I can tell, are a leading lady. But for some reason, you're behaving like the best friend.
You're so right. You're supposed to be the leading lady of your own life, for God's sake. Arthur, I've been going to a therapist for 3 years. And she's never explained anything to me that well. That was brilliant. Brutal, but brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me rephrase this. Why am I attracted to a person I know isn't good?
I happen to know the answer to this. Because you're hoping you're wrong, and every time she does something that tells you she's no good, you ignore it, and every time she comes through and surprises you, she wins you over, and you lose that argument with yourself that she's not for you.
Exactly. And on top of that, there's the old standby. I can't believe a girl like that would actually be with a guy like me. You know what she said to me tonight? She said she finished in Santa Fe after 2 days and has been staying with whatever his name was, which means she's been right here in town. Which means when I spoke to her this morning on her cell, and she said, I'm looking out my window and it's snowing, she was in Santa Monica. What did she do, go to weather.com? That must have made them both scream with laughter. And in the meantime, I sent her Christmas gift to Santa Fe yesterday. I stood in line at FedEx to make sure she got it on time. Ugh, classic, right? Look, I don't want to ruin your Christmas Eve. You don't have to listen to this.
It's okay. I like the company. So how about some food? Shall I make us a little Christmas fettuccine?
Sure.
Listen, I know it's hard to believe people when they say I know how you feel. But I actually know how you feel. You see, I was, seeing someone back in London. We worked for the same newspaper. And then I found out that he was also seeing this other girl, Sarah, from the circulation department on the 19th floor. Turned out that he wasn't in love with me, like I thought. What I'm trying to say is I understand feeling as small and as insignificant as humanly possible. And how it can actually ache in places that you didn't know you had inside you. And it doesn't matter how many new haircuts you get, or gyms you join, or how many glasses of Chardonnay you drink with your girlfriends. You still go to bed every night going over every detail and wonder what you did wrong or how you could have misunderstood.
And how in the hell for that brief moment you could think that you were that happy? And sometimes you can even convince yourself that he'll see the light and show up at your door. And after all that, however long all that may be, you'll go somewhere new. And you'll meet people who make you feel worthwhile again. And little pieces of your soul will finally come back. And all that fuzzy stuff, those years of your life that you wasted, that will eventually begin to fade.
Well, fuck. I also wrote one that sounds like you.
You did?
Iris, if you were a melody. I used only the good notes.
Jasper, you have never treated me right, ever.
Oh, babe.
Shush! You broke my heart. You acted like somehow it was my fault, my misunderstanding, and I was too in love with you to ever be mad at you, so I just punished myself for years. But you waltzing in here on my lovely Christmas holiday and telling me that you don't want to lose me whilst you're about to get married somehow newly entitles me to say, it's over. This twisted, toxic thing between us is finally finished. I'm miraculously done being in love with you. I've got a life to start living. And you're not going to be in it.
Darling.
Now, I've got somewhere really important to be, and you have got to get the hell out. Now!
What exactly has got into you?
I don't know. But I think what I've got is something slightly resembling gumption.